Many of our clients ask how much is it going to cost or how much are they going to lose out to their compensation. We will never ask a client for any upfront monies to be paid to us. If we win the claim, then obviously we'll be entitled to up to 25% of any compensation that you recover. This is because of new government rules that have come in last year. Slightly different for mesothelioma claims. We don't charge any of our mesothelioma clients. They will recover 100% of whatever we recover. So for example, if we recover £100,000, they will receive £100,000. You've normally got 3 years from the date of you've been diagnosed with the condition, or 3 years from the date you ought to have known that your condition is work-related. Now, there's some grey area as to when you ought to have known. So what we normally look for in any case is, have you been diagnosed by an expert? If you've been diagnosed by an expert, then normally it's 3 years from that date. But in some cases our clients are never diagnosed and come to us complaining of symptoms. We will then arrange for them to go and see a medical expert, and sometimes the date will be after that. But for a general rule of thumb, you've got 3 years from the date you knew or ought to have known the condition was related to work and you have an injury in which to make a claim. At WE Solicitors, we always try and ensure that the person you speak to at the start of the case is the person that deals with the case right the way through to the very end. It's extremely important that the person has a relationship with the client, and the solicitor that's dealing with it is the person from start to finish, so you're not going to get a multitude of people dealing with the case throughout the course of its history. Each case, like each client, is unique. So every client that comes to us, we will have a look at the case, and we will normally have a good idea of the difficulties that surround the case. And because of this, we can never give a client, it will take 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, because there are so many variables in it. What we try and say, certainly with the mesothelioma claims, is that we'll endeavour to do at least get an interim payment of such of £50,000 within weeks or months. On all the other conditions, it very much depends on, can we trace an insurer, can we trace witnesses, can we trace the company in some circumstances. So we normally try and deal with the cases, but certainly within 18 to 24 months. I think it's really important that clients who have industrial disease type injuries, noise-induced hearing loss, chest conditions because of asbestos, or any occupational cancer, to come to a firm that has got a proven track record in this type of work. It comes down to trying to find the insurers, so it's important that the firm have a database of insurers and can ask other firms and other bodies, support groups for example, if they've come across various companies, because that can be the difference in settling a case and not settling a case. So it's extremely important that anybody who's looking in or researching this type of thing to ask the solicitor, have you done this type of work before, and how many cases have you taken all the way to trial, and what's been the outcome of those cases. And we've got a proven track record in trying to bring these cases to resolution. Yes, you can, as long as we can find an insurer for that company. We've got an extensive database, we can do various researches into who the insurers were for that company, if the company is no longer live. Other questions are, can I make a claim if someone's passed away? Yes, you can make a claim. It's slightly more difficult to make a claim after someone's passed away. Certainly with mesothelioma clients, asbestosis, lung cancer cases, yes, you can still make a claim. The estate will be brought, or the estate will bring the case on behalf of the deceased. Many families contacted us after someone's passed away. They're either going to an inquest or they've been contacted by a coroner, and they're really unsure of what they need to do. It can be quite scary for most families coming to terms with having to deal with the bereavement of someone who's passed away, and secondly having to go to court to try and find out and establish the cause of death. We would urge anyone who's in that situation to contact us immediately. Certainly if you think there is an asbestos-related condition such as asbestosis or lung cancer or mesothelioma, there are certain steps that need to be undertaken. We need to protect any lung samples that have been taken by the pathologist at the hospital, and it's really important that those are kept. In some cases they're destroyed after the inquest, and that can be the difference between whether a case can proceed or not proceed. Many of our clients always are reluctant to come forward and ask questions. They always think it's going to cost them something. If you have a question, email us, phone us, just get in contact with us. There is no cost. We are more than happy to answer any questions that you've got.